We are back. This time we're at Stansted Airport at the crack of dawn around 4 AM, ready to set off to our next adventure to the Hungarian capital of Budapest. Join us, this is a slightly different trip. Last time it was more of a longer 2-month trip. This is now more of a shorter 3-night trip in the Hungarian capital. Let's see what it has to offer. We begin boarding around 5:30 AM UK time. There's 4 of us on this trip, 3 of us are together at the front, and unfortunately the booking leader has been shoved to the back of the plane. Journey time from London Stansted to Budapest Foren's List was around 2 hours 5 minutes. This meant we landed at a local time of around 9 o'clock, if you account for the hour time difference they have out there. The journey felt quite quick, to be fair. Like, we were quite tired from getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so we got plenty of sleep on the plane. And in the camera now you can see some of the views of Hungary and stuff as we came into land at the airport. Wave to the camera, guys. We then shared a Uber into Budapest city centre, where we'd drop off our bags before heading to our first activity of the trip. This was because we couldn't quite check into our Airbnb yet, as the check-in was around 3 o'clock. To kill a bit of time, we actually did a little bit of walking around town. Though, just note here that it was actually 37 degrees the day we landed, so it was awfully hot, and I did forget to put some sun cream on, so yeah, I was burning on the first day, but luckily it weren't too bad in the end. We then made our way to the shooting range, which we got a package for, which included shooting some pistols and assault rifles. Someone actually ended up paying extra to shoot a Barrett 50 cal, so enjoy the footage of that, but unfortunately I've had to replace the music with some royalty-free versions, so enjoy that.
After the shooting, we will check your friend's pants, okay?
We need to, yeah.
It's face. Arab,
Trusting that these guns were actually emptied properly, we then got to play around with them, get a couple of pictures to see off the experience. Yeah, it was pretty cool, to be fair.
Yeah, this it hurts.
We then sat down, grabbed a local pint before checking into the Airbnb. We thought we'd do something a bit different this year and decided the rooms by a game of spin the wheel.
Right, you guys stand up in the line.
Wait, do I get to shot?
You get first pick. But you gotta be quick, you can't like hang around. Right, no one look to your phone. He's going for that one.
That's the door.
You can't open it and look at. If you choose that, that's it.
That's it.
You want that one?
Yeah, I'm choosing.
Right, we're not looking in them yet.
No, I don't think we do.
Alright.
Yes.
Oh no.
What did you pick?
The second door on the left.
What, that one?
Yeah.
I'll go with this one.
No!
Oh, that's it.
Standing.
I really don't.
Right, where's the other room?
Shall I just stand there?
Oh my god.
Here it is.
Josh, you won.
I
You
really
fucking
don't, I
won.
really
You
don't
got
want
it.
this room.
You really don't want it?
Yeah, I don't want to be on my own.
Alright.
So,
You're going for that?
Oh, but this one's there! You can see this room!
You've chosen it now, you've looked in.
Yeah, you have to pick it. Oh, fuck you now.
Brad's got the best one.
Right, that's the best one. Oh, this is cold though.
Oh,
Alright, it's a standard one, it's a standard
I
one.
like it. Oh.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right, let's see Brad's the fucking...
Wait, Brad's got the toilet though.
What? Oh, he does, he has a toilet.
Brad's got the
Brad has a
toilet.
toilet. Brad has the fucking toilet.
Yeah.
What's meant to be stickers on the window.
I've got the toilet right next to me though. It's just a Oh, I've got a window.
Oh shit, no, hold on. What's the view?
The view is nice.
Wow.
The view's crazy. After admiring that beautiful view outside of my bedroom window, we ended up just resting up inside the Airbnb as we did have a very, very early start. We ended up just playing a little bit of Ring of Fire before deciding where to head out for the night. We actually decided to go to, I believe, Simpler Kurt, which is actually a ruin bar. We then made our way over to that to enjoy that.
We're in Mars and we're just admiring the view. Not much really. Come on guys, do some commentary.
It's a beautiful view.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's it saying? What's the view saying? It's saying Solomon. What's up man? What's your name? Solomon. Solomon, nice to meet you brother. Yeah man, we're exploring Budapest.
Yes. We got
2 million followers. 2 million. What do you think of Tottenham? Shit! What do you think of shit? Tottenham! That's alright! We're Tottenham!
You saw a little fit check to even the Arsenal.
Jay, look fresh.
Brad, looking all touristy. No, we actually look like proper tourists. The reason as to why we're wearing backpacks will be shown shortly, but for now we headed down to the main kind of square where the Ferris wheel was to go on that. It was around £10 to go on it and it wasn't too busy. We managed to go straight on. But we actually ended up seeing this Ferris wheel quite a lot on our trip. I feel like if anyone got lost and we found this Ferris wheel, we could have literally gone anywhere. The wheel itself was pretty cool. You don't really need to spend too long on here. You don't really spend too long on here though, to be fair. Go around a couple of times. Once you've been to the top, you've kind of seen everything, so that's pretty cool. But one thing about Budapest actually, which I didn't realise until I'm editing this video now, is that Budapest was actually once two separate cities called Buda and Pest. They were located on opposite sides of the river, and they were officially united in 1873 to form the city Budapest. So yeah, I guess you do learn something new every day. But for now, we're heading to our next destination, which will explain our backpacks. We're actually heading to the famous Budapest thermal baths. Now, these are actually the largest thermal baths in Europe. There's actually 15 indoor and 3 grand outdoor pools. Although one of the grand outdoor pools was actually shut when we went to it. And there are also some like saunas and steam rooms as well, some hot plunges, some cold plunges. So that's pretty fun. But we actually paid extra for the lockers here. So these changing rooms are actually your own designated changing rooms to store your stuff and obviously get changed, which is pretty cool. These are obviously the changing rooms. They're not actually too big, but it's pretty useful to have somewhere to store your stuff. In one of the grand pools outside as well, there was actually a whirlpool, which was actually quite fun, and there was even a section like underneath it where you would go and get undressed and go into the baths if that's your kind of vibe. That wasn't really our kind of vibe, believe it or not, but yeah, there's an option for that. Maybe next time we'll play a game with odds on and whoever loses does it. I don't know, we'll see. But then we ended up going to this smash burger place called Buddy's Burger. This was actually really nice, definitely recommend it. It's not expensive either. But after that, we actually ended up heading down to this like secret Lego store. This is.
Oh, look, whoa.
Oh, that's all.
But the shop itself wasn't too big, and there wasn't really anything that took our interest, so we didn't really stay too long there. We ended up just heading back up there and walking around town to see what it was about and explore before heading back to the Airbnb. Main reason being is because we actually had a boat party planned for tonight. Well, that night or tonight in the video that you're watching. And well, you'll see what happens there, but that's pretty interesting. So the plan for the boat party is essentially you head down to the docks at the front and select a location, and then you obviously go on the boat for 2 hours. Depending on your package, you get unlimited drinks or you get a certain amount of drinks. And then after that, they'll take you on a party bus to the after party at this particular club. They don't specifically name that club, but it takes you to one that's supposed to be obviously pretty popular and stuff. So yeah, there was a little theme for tonight. We was all wearing our NHL hockey tops. I was wearing the Toronto Maple Leafs, if you have any idea what that looks like, but it's a blue and white NHL team. We ended up going past the Parliament building here, which is absolutely just stunning in person. This Parliament building is actually one of the largest in the world. Took 17 years to build and has over 691 rooms, which is all well and good, but unfortunately we was actually taken to the wrong place to meet the boat, and we actually ended up missing it. Gutted. So we ended up having to walk back to try and catch it, but unfortunately we just couldn't. Along the way though, we actually found the shoes of the Danube Bank. This is to symbolise the victims that were ordered to remove their shoes before being shot at the edge of the Danube River, so their bodies would fall into the water and be carried away. This commemorates the Jews who were murdered during World War II. Heading back to the actual meeting point we were supposed to go to though, we didn't make it. We couldn't make it. We missed the boat. I'm pretty sure we saw the boat go past us. It might even be that one in the screen. I actually don't know. So yeah, the mood was low. Not gonna lie, it was me actually trying to record whilst on the electric scooter because we're actually trying to find a new bar to go to, a bit more nightlife, try and lift the spirits of the night. The bar we actually ended up going to was called La Siesta. I believe I've said that correctly. This is quite a vibey, popular bar. I did think it was quite expensive and it was very hot inside as well, but it is quite a good vibe. They ended up setting fire to the bar tables here because why not? And also everyone just ends up like dancing on the tables and that. Yeah, it was quite a good bar, to be fair. I'd definitely recommend it. But we didn't end up spending the whole night here. We actually ended up moving on. But yeah, the bar we ended up going to next was actually a karaoke place. We did put in a request to do the karaoke, but it ended up taking so long that we just ended up giving up. So we just ended up singing everyone else's songs, to be honest. The next day though, again, very nice weather in Budapest. We were very lucky with the weather during our trip. Wasn't quite as hot as the first day we arrived. It was about 30 degrees for the next 2 days. But here's me actually remembering to record what I had for breakfast, which was very nice in this cool little cafe. Then we got a taxi past the Ferris wheel once again. To our next stop, we were actually going to go up these cable cars, and apparently you get a really good view of Budapest city up the top, so we headed towards that. This is actually quite therapeutic. Yeah. The cable cars were really, really relaxing, to be fair. It's quite weird that they ended up just essentially going straight over people's driveways and houses, but yeah, that was quite interesting. But yeah, as you can see in this clip here, you do get some really cool views of Budapest. But this isn't even the top. To get to the top, we actually had to do another little hike towards the top.
Dan, I'm going to take that camera.
Oh yeah. Making it to the top, we were actually standing on like a little mini castle bit at the top. You get some really cool views. It is very windy though. We then tried to get some pictures with my GoPro at the top, which as you can see went well.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was a close call. We almost didn't get to see the rest of the trip if that DJI smashed.
We're on that island, aren't we? Shit, we don't want to spend too long out there. Oh shit, yeah, we need to go to Japan Island.
What's Japan Island?
Spoiler alert, we didn't actually go to the islands. Oh well, we couldn't do it. We didn't have enough time. As soon as we got to the bottom, we actually ended up getting a taxi to our next destination, which was actually the famous Fisherman's Bastion. This is actually partially free to visit, though some parts of it, if you want to go to like the upper terraces, they will charge a small fee during the day. But yeah, it can get very busy and touristy up the top, as you do get some really good photos of the city from up here. But the bastion was actually built between 1895 and 1902 as part of the series of developments that were to celebrate the 1000th birthday of the Hungarian state. In this clip here, you can see obviously there's a lot of people here. A lot of people want photos of the parliamentary building in the background. It looks quite nice. But after this, we did a little bit of exploring and headed back down to get some food. We actually went to a little restaurant called Fat Mama's.
We'll have some of that, of course we'll have some of that.
Big jar.
In the Airbnb, chilling, having some pre-drinks before going out. We still couldn't get over the fact we missed a boat party the next day. Mood was still pretty low. We didn't really know what we could have done to improve it. However...
You made it! Wait, it's not official. Oh wait, no, it's not official yet.
That's it, we made it. Luckily, they were able to change our tickets to the next day. We didn't think that'd be possible because the boat was actually sold out, but luckily, apparently, this is a common issue of sending people to the wrong location. So we were just very, very lucky that we could get on this boat. It started by sending us down the river towards this Hungarian Parliament building.
Good boy!
You recorded yourself saying, oh, you're wow, look.
Good boy!
Oh, good boy! Good boy!
We ended up actually spending the first part of the boat party on the top deck. Reason for this is because they can only let a certain number of people up there at once, and we didn't really want to have to queue to go up there every time, so we thought we'd just do it all at once. There was actually so many people on one side of the boat at one point, they actually had to shift people over to the other side because the boat was tilting too much. After we had enjoyed the views and taken in all the scenery, we ended up heading downstairs to the club, where we'd then finish the trip and get the party bus to our next destination. Finishing the night at the club, we were obviously pretty gutted because we kind of had to head back as we had to get up early to catch the flight the next day. Here's a little room tour of our Airbnb. Obviously, you've got the kitchen and the dining room area. You've got the little bathroom here. We had 2 bathrooms, so we had 2 people using each bathroom. You had my bedroom here, which was quite nice, the one with the amazing view. And you also had the 3 bedrooms here with the AC. It wasn't too bad, although I didn't have the air conditioning, I did have a fan. So I didn't really get too hot, to be fair, but they had it so cold here. I'm glad I didn't really stay here. They had it so cold I would have just frozen to death. But the second bathroom was actually an ensuite part of the bedroom here. This is the bedroom that everyone actually wanted. Obviously, reason being is because it had an ensuite. This is the outside of the Airbnb. Some people may not be a fan of how some of these Hungarian buildings and stuff look, but me personally, I actually don't mind it. I think it looks quite cool. I think it's quite unique how they look. But yeah, with that old classic outside look and the more modern interior look. But these stairs were quite sketchy, to be fair. When you were going up these drunk whilst it was pitch black at night, yeah, I'm surprised none of us rolled our ankles. Luckily, we were only 1 floor up, so we didn't really have to go up the stairs too much. But heading down here just takes us right to the bottom towards the entrance. All these doors and stuff are like security locks and stuff, so you need particular codes and that to get in, which takes you out onto the other gate, which takes you through to the main street. Back at the airport now, it's obviously quite busy. A lot of people are probably heading home on a Sunday. A lot of people will probably just spend a couple of days in Budapest like ourselves. Same flight arrangements actually, so us 3 at the front and then poor old Toy at the back. Well, I say poor old Toy, but last time we did a boys' holiday, I was at the back of my own and he laughed, so yeah, I guess it works out even. But yeah, very nice steady filming takeoff there. Well done, Dan. We're actually heading back. Well, we're actually back in the UK here. I believe we was flying over Felixstowe at this point. So we're arriving in Stansted very shortly. Luckily we came back to UK and it was very good weather.
Yeah.
Get ready, Josh. Wait till that thing goes off, mate.
Yeah, he fucking done it.
My
He
God.
fucking done it. Is he landed? I want to see him.
Oh, I see him, yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll do a little added bonus.
I do like, should have done 1 sample.
Having a ride back in the UK, I can safely say I recommend Budapest. If you haven't seen my previous Southeast Asia vlog, please go see that. If you enjoyed this vlog, please leave a like.
And Josh, fucking shove it down to